Hello everyone, this is Emmond with Gaming Daddy, and I'm here with another video from Tom Clancy's The Division. Today I want to talk about Rogue 29, and I want to see and try to reason with the community why this mode or this new phenomenon is so polarizing in the community. Now, when I say polarizing, I don't mean that everybody is playing it or everyone is jumping into the new hype train for Rogue 29 or whatever, if it's new or maybe not new. What I'm saying is a lot of people in the community know about what's going on. And so we've seen people either say this is a great thing, and some people say, this is unnecessary or irrelevant. Nonetheless, if it makes you talk about it, it's polarizing. That's just the way something being polarizing is. Now, I'm not participating in Rogue 29. Sorry, I don't have time to go level up another character to level 29 and participate. But I also appreciate at the same time the fact that some people in the community have come up with something new to get people still, jumping into PvP and jumping into a new side or an old side of the game that used to be there. It's kind of a, let's go back to patch 1.1 before the gear sets and let's see what's going on. With the new changes in patch 1.8.1, those things are going to affect all of that stuff. So what I'm saying is Rogue 29 is polarizing because it shows that there is a true desire for a pure form of PvP. I said this in my last video yesterday when I uploaded if PvP and PvE need to be separated in the Division 2. And the truth is they do. They need to have strict protocols for both sides. And the gear sets currently the way that they are perfect in PvE. I think they do such a wonderful job because honestly, the way the developers primarily develop the gear sets is that they develop the gear sets with PvE in mind, and then PvP comes later on. It's only been one gear set that's strictly tailored toward PvP play, and that's Banshee. And everything else was tailored with the mind of, PvE and then, possibly PvP. Because if that's not the case, why would they then, deactivate the 6-piece talents for Sentry's Call in PvP? Well, primarily in PvE, it does such a wonderful job. It does a great job. So this is showing that right now the community is desiring a pure form of player versus player interaction that's without all the unnecessary benefit that the gear sets give, because this is, yes, a looter shooter RPG game of some sort, slightly MMO in its own, in its own thing. But in reality, it comes down to the fact that all these gear sets have all caused, some kind of player dissatisfaction here and there. The 3 gear sets that have run and are still running the meta right now, Striker, Nomad, and Predator's Mark, are still pretty much the best 3 gear sets in the PvP environment. Now, in PvE and PvP, Striker is pretty much the top dog. It makes you pretty much invincible when you're running Striker. And if you run it very well, tailor it to whatever, mission or whatever activity you want to do, Striker does the job and does it almost impeccably well. Comes with healing, comes with damage, comes with, comes with stability. It's like laser focused shooting with all the benefits that everything comes with. If then you spec your talents well, you have skill cooldowns that come with it and everything. A lot of people always, argued with me back then when I was saying Predator's Mark wasn't necessarily overpowered. I was saying those things and making those videos because I saw the potential of Striker. And right now, as we speak, if you go watch all the videos that are being put out now for all these missions done, just solo missions, Stolen Signal, done by Sar Grumsalut or Tian Can, doing all the legendary missions solo by himself, the thread that you're gonna see in all these missions is Striker. And that's because Striker is just super. It's marvelous. It's a great gear set. And so that goes to show that the evidence stacks that gear set is actually very good, and the other gear sets are just inferior in doing those things solo. Now, that's not to say you can't do those missions with those other gear sets solo by yourself, but you're going to have to really think hard on how to gear up, and you have to be really good. Now back to Rogue 29. I wonder how Rogue 29 is going to influence the developers in their in their stride to kind of create the PvP scenario in the coming Division game. If you look at what the developers did and what they started doing afterwards when they released The Last Stand and when they released Skirmish, Last Stand is the big example here. So Last Stand, they first made all your stats to max out. So they'll give you the highest amount of stats on all your gear sets. So basically, the developers were trying to level out everything and keep the playing field the same when you go into the PvP mode. So now that people are doing this level 29 stuff, they're trying to duplicate that mindset, because that's what players actually want. They want a fair, balanced playing field. But the problem about the Dark Zone is the Dark Zone is supposed to provide an unfair and unbalanced playing field for players. So first of all, there is a fundamental and underlying conundrum that has to be resolved. So in the whole scheme of things, the Dark Zone is just a place of chaos. It's a place that breeds chaos. And so to try to put any organization into it right now is going to be very difficult. So regarding the Rogue 29, I don't know what the developers think. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's a good idea. I think it's something fresh for the community. I don't think it's anything bad. I don't in jest look at the whole, you know, paradigm. I think it's a solid idea. Whoever came up with it, man, thumbs up to you, man. I think you guys have, you know, come up with something that's just keeping the game going. Right now we're just rolling, you know, into, you know, we're just pretty much waiting for time, and you know, honestly, we're gonna run out of ideas very soon. And so the developers either have to keep bringing out global events and rotating them until the new game comes out, or we have to start coming up with all this fun challenges. And there'll be many other fun challenges in the game too that have been put out there that people have embraced. So pretty much that's my spiel on, you know, Rogue 29. I think it's a smart idea. I think it's nice, something fresh for the community to participate in. And I want to hear your thoughts, man. You know, how does this relate to the next game? What do you think we're going to see? What do you think we're going to expect based on things like this, where players want a form of PvP that's void of all the extra, you know, noise and all the extra super powerful items and gear sets and all of that? And so just share your comments and let's know what's going on. I appreciate you guys and appreciate your audience. Thank you for listening and watching. And I guess I'll see you in another video. Peace.